Good afternoon, full throttle faithful. I think we might be looking at some AI butts there, but we are live here and we are good to go from a championship night in Full Throttle Cup Series, Chris, or from Full Throttle Cup Series, I should say. And we're here live on the YouTube. A little bit of technical difficulties there that made our night start off a little bit late here, but man, we are live, we are hot, and we are ready to go. Like the race cars out on track, Chris, we do have the grid going. Tonight is going to be an absolutely incredible night. Are you on board with the rest of the drivers right now? Then the file you've just sent me is not working. Give me 1 second. Go ahead and yes, get through our grid, Chris, if you would like to.
All right, so we're seeing right now we're riding on board with Kevin Click, one of your drivers that is
Good whenever you are.
battling for that championship. All right, Josh, go ahead.
Yeah, third in position right now, tied for first, like you said, though, Chris. All these drivers fresh late tonight. Whoever gets highest out of all of them is going to be the guy that wins this championship here tonight. So it will be Kevin Click starting out your pole position, and then the guy who has been the guy this season, besides Josh Schusse before he left the season and had to do what he had to do, Ken Baum Jr., he will be starting P2, and Chris, look right behind him, not Kevin Click, excuse me, William Brown right behind Kevin Click. Those are three championship drivers all in the top three. This is going to be an insane night, Chris. This is going to be absolutely insane. It'll be Brett Strickler starting the night here in P4 as we'll get back to that P5 position of Ryan Sword. You'll then see that 6th position going to the 33 of Joshua Gaiman as he's in a new slick-looking paint scheme here tonight. We'll go back here into that 7th position as we'll go to William Hobart. That's not the 33 with a new paint scheme. Excuse me about that. No, he was just on the wrong car right there. I thought Chris switched back. But we'll see 7th position go to William Hobart, and then we'll see that 8th position go to Chad Engel. 9th place going to go to David Smill Jr. With that 11th going to Lucas Nilges. Chris, I think we're about to go live here in a second. I'm not sure. If you want to just stay up on board. Yeah, the pace car is off. But it'll be 10th place, Lucas Nilges, who is your 4th championship runner. 11th, Chris Lynn. 12th, Matthew Fitz. 13th, Robbie Bice. 14th, Kevin Gibney. 15th, Kip Easley. 16th, Jonathan Coombs. 17th, Dakota Kuhn. Shane Weldon going to go 18th, and Michael Zuber going to go 19th as we hit the zone, Chris. Green. Championship night is live. We're already going to see multiple drivers go to the dog leg through the apron. Kevin Click, though, going to come out the other side in NASCAR 3 and 4 here, as he is going to pick up your virtual lead here from the start. We'll have to see if he's going to be able to hold it down, though. Both championship drivers, you would hope that they don't get racing too hard here early, Chris. 150 laps to settle this. Let's not try to take each other out in the first round and gas out and get ourselves caught up in something, as that 9 of William Brown is still going to hold on to that 3rd position there on that interior lane, as you'll see. Whoa, big loose there for a moment. 94 of Ryan Sword. He's going to gather it back up, though, as here in your top 3, they are going to start to pull away by just a little bit. It'll be Kevin Click, Ken Baum Jr., William Brown. Will have to pay attention here to Lucas Nilges, as he's kind of gotten himself dug back into the pack with the qualifying position. And if he's going to be able to dig something out here tonight, we know this is a track that all these guys said that they were going to be ready to go at. We'll have to see what they've got tuned up for us, as we see a little bit of a lockup going there. Ryan Sword looks like he's not having a fun time. Started there tonight in that 5th position. He's slowly falling back. Was just in 7th. Regained it, though, up into that 6th spot.
Yeah, we're seeing Kevin Click, though, starting to look like he's looks like he's starting to kind of assume the lead here, kind of walk away with it. Ken Baum not really getting off that corner.
Let him go.
I was going to say, Ken Baum not going to let him go, though. You're seeing William Brown starting to fall off a little bit. Kevin Click did just set the fastest lap that last time by with a 27.45, so that's what we're looking for. We're looking for these drivers to set some pretty fast laps tonight, but we see William Brown not taking that dog leg as far down as Ken Baum, Kevin Click is, so you're not seeing him make up as much time. I know this corner here, you have to really flow on it. It's a mixture of being right on the edge of spinning out and right on the edge of just having to, get enough gas into it to where you don't spin the rear end around. That's what you're looking at.
One thing about this track, Chris, the way we run it, how we cut the track so much, it doesn't really take time off of your normal lap too much. I mean, it definitely does, going down on the apron, shorten the track up. Oh, Brett Strickler into the wall on the inside, and might have gotten loose coming out of that turn 2 area, coming past the start-finish line. Yeah, good-looking scheme, the Dell Jr.-esque throwback there, as he will pull it off the apron. It doesn't seem like he's got any control arm damage that he can feel at the moment. We'll have to see if that 38 is going to be able to continue, though, under these conditions. Yeah. But right now, it doesn't look like it's going to be an underlining problem for his race. Just
Bender
maybe one of those
took
things.
a shot.
Yeah, he definitely took a shot. Just going to have to rebuild that momentum. Sucks to start up in that 4th position, though, and move all the way back to 15th early for that Brett Strickler machine. As we'll see Lucas Nilges here. We'll focus on him for a moment, because right now, Chris, yeah, those other 3 drivers are up there battling each other. We see actually Ken Baum might be starting to make a move on Kevin Click. It seemed like he was trying to go to the inside there. As we were saying, though, these 3 drivers, yeah, they're going to have it hard here tonight, Chris. We know they're all going to have their own adversity, I'm sure, coming their way. It's one of those races in a championship race. If something's going to go wrong, I mean, usually it's going to go wrong tonight, but we're going to have to see who can keep their consistency. But speaking of that consistency, it's going to be the hardest for that, I would say, that 3 machine of Lucas Nilges. Having to work his way through this traffic here. We've already seen some drivers getting loose, having a little bit of trouble. You got to be thinking right now, if you're that 3 machine, man, just get me through this traffic, get me in a position to strike, and you're hoping that race car holds up to the end. We got 150 laps, 7 through, but we'll have to see how this is going to dig out for our playoff contenders here, championship runners. Because, Chris, everybody knows that tonight, at a track like Phoenix, this is going to be the night that we capture a champion. And in a track like Phoenix, it's going to be the hardest night for some of these guys in the race car.
Yeah, a lot of drivers are really just looking to be in front of each other whenever it's said and done. Right now, like you were saying earlier, Josh, it just depends on where you finish compared to everybody else. If you're Ken Baum, Kevin Click, William Brown, Lucas Nilges, if you're any of those 4 drivers and you're battling over, 19th, 18th, 17th, 16th position, well, whoever is in 16th position, they're going to win the championship. So it just really comes down to who's in front of each other, when it's all said and done. So it's something to watch out here for those drivers in that gold. They do have their I don't know if they have their gold banners on. And I see Kevin Click does not have his banner on, but Ken Baum does have his gold banner on. And then William Brown, he does not have one, but I want to say Lucas Nilges does have his yellow banner. Yes, he does. So those are the drivers that we're looking out for. That's what we're saying. Lucas Nilges right now, he's the furthest back. He's going to have to make up the most time on this track from his qualifying position. He's already up 2 positions. So he's making up a little bit of track position, but we did see that 38 of Brett Strickler go around.
He's also under attack here from Kip Easley, Chris. So it's one of those things, he's catching up to the pack in front of him. He's just got to do what he's got to do here tonight. And it's going to be one of those nights for Lucas Nilges. You're going to have to play your cards right and kind of hope it all comes together for you. Big drive in there into NASCAR 1. As I say NASCAR 1, this track gets so confused with people here. They did used to have the start-finish back in Turn 1. Then they push it up there in between the gap. This is actually Turn 1 and 2. So when you go over the start-finish line, if you're not familiar with Phoenix, clearly, you should be if you're watching this here tonight. But if you're not used to Phoenix, they used to have the start-finish on this backstretch right here. But then it would, then they moved it up into 1, and then they moved it a little bit farther into 1 in between 2. So it's a confusing track, and you got to make up a lot of time. This is a very important part of the track. So important part. I mean, turns 3 and 4 right here, they're important. You can really mess up a little bit, though, in this part of the corner if you need to, and you can kind of recover. It's a center drive corner. As soon as you get through the center of the corner, you might wiggle up a little bit. You can really rebite the race car and find some speed on 3 and 4, but, man, if you mess up in 1 and 2, it is one of those things. It is going to come back to haunt you, and it is going to haunt you hard. If you get loose here and go up into the wall, it is so not fun. Ask me how I know. Every time I race through here, the dog leg, this turn 1 and 2 section, not my favorite, not very friendly to me. So I would think driving for a championship right now, Chris, not a fun night for some of these guys.
Yeah, that's something that we're, something to look for is a lot of these drivers. I know Robbie said he didn't really put a lot of time into the track, but, I know a lot of the drivers, have probably sat and plugged away. We know Kevin Click, Ken Baum, I know they probably ran a few laps together, here. I know Ken Baum said that he does like to run as many laps as he can. So it's also looking back here at William Brown, setting himself up for a good finish here. If something happens with Ken Baum, Kevin Click, he can set himself up here for a good finish tonight.
As it's one of those things, Chris, I don't know how we're going to go with possibly a caution or anything. We do have 18 cars out on track right now. Looks like Shane Weldon's already parked it since lap 3 and has been on pit road. So one of those things we could have some cautions that change the night. I mean, even your own personal mistake. Who's not to say that any of the championship four right now could get loose at any moment and have a wreck, kind of like we saw that Brett Strickler machine have earlier. So it's one of those things. Just gotta bite down on your mouthpiece in that term. Really pull the belts tight, get up on that wheel driver, and like I said, bite down on that mouthpiece if you're a fighting fan and you understand what I'm trying to say. It's time to get at it. It's gloves off pretty much at this point. Not saying to go out there and wreck the guy in front of you, but it's the championship race. You're not playing any favorites. You're not playing any of those cards tonight. You're not going to come into this corner thinking, all right, all season I've ran this guy clean. He's going to run me clean. No, you don't think of it that way. This is my enemy. This is the guy I'm out there to race tonight for the championship, all the marbles. You don't got to go out there and flat out wreck the guy if you don't want to, but you definitely got to race him hard here tonight. And that's what you're seeing Ken Baum do to Kevin Click here. Ken Baum, I'm sure, could be a little bit more comfortable here and just kind of hang out if he wants to. But, I mean, he kind of is hanging out right on that back bumper of Kevin Click, and he's letting him know, at any moment you mess up, I'm here to strike. He's not going to race him dirty here. He's not going to race him, unfairly. But he's going to race him hard. He's going to put the pressure on him, and he's going to apply it and try to force that 25 into some type of mistake. Don't think it's going to happen here early, but as we get later into this run, even at lap 20 here, we're going to start getting a little bit of that tire degradation. You know, you're going to see that tire fall off for sure. We do have 4 sets here tonight, so definitely going to need to be seeing them come down pit road here soon. We know how Phoenix can be on tires. Not saying here within the next 2 or 3 laps, but they're going to have to come down pit road soon. We're going to have to see how these 2 drivers keep it going. Because I definitely think if Kevin Click has got this pressure applied to him like this all race, it can be one of those things you look up in the mirror one time and you've spelled disaster for yourself.
Yeah, as we're watching, I was watching Lucas Nilges right now battling with Kip Easley through the ticker. Just going to go back and see what's going on with him. He's still hanging on to this 8th position, but he's trying to battle out for that 7th position with Kip Easley. It looks like Kip Easley's going to win it going into the corner, but coming out, let's see if he has that better run. Doesn't look like, it looks like Kip didn't go down. He could have possibly cut the nose off of that 3 machine, but he didn't. Kip Easley gave the gentleman's wave and just, gave up that little bit of track position and let the 3 go. Right now, he's going into the dog leg. We're seeing Kip Easley run really low, and Lucas Nilges running the higher line, not running all the way up above the yellow line, but running the higher line around the track. So right now, Lucas Nilges just on cruise control, not really trying to battle for position too hard, but trying to just make up as much track position as he can. You see David Smill Jr., I see him having a little bit of a connection issue, blinking in and out. Was a contender, did fall off into the round of 4 last week, or excuse me, out of the round of 8, which that is, who is that? That was, looks like, Shane Weldon came back out on track. Whoa, looks like Kip Easley getting a little sideways there. Well, I wonder if he's having connection issues. I know iRacing has been having an issue where if you're having connection issues, you don't see cars on track. I actually saw a replay on Reddit of a guy just driving through the pace line, and it looked like a snowplow off of Mythbusters. But we'll go back up here on front with Kevin Click, Ken Baum. We're seeing Ken Baum not put as much pressure on Kevin Click as he was just a few laps ago, but he's kind of not, like I said, not letting the pressure off of him, but just not applying it as hard. But going here into the corner, he's just, going to see him kind of get back up there on that back bumper. We'll go back here, check William Brown, who's about 5 seconds off of Ken Baum Jr. right now. And then you see Joshua Gaiman, who is all over the back bumper of William Brown, who has not been off of the back bumper of William Brown since, I want to say, lap 10. Joshua Gaiman is doing a good job moving himself up 2 positions from his start position. That 94 Ryan Sword, who started in 5th, is now still sitting in 5th. You see David Smill, who, like I said, was one of those drivers who was knocked out of the round of 8 last week and is now, sorry, I thought I heard something. But no, who is now just out there battling for track position. Good to see him still out here racing, even though he got knocked out of contention. Then you see right behind him Lucas Nilges, who is battling for contention. And then Kip Easley, who got a little sideways after that contact there with Shane Weldon. And then William Hobart, who has lost 2 positions from his starting position. See Matthew Fitz in that slick looking Jeff Gordon throwback scheme. I was going to say that is a nice looking race car. As whoa, you're seeing a little bit of sewing going back here, making baskets, and you see a lot of weaving going on from that 96 of Michael Zuver. And then you see Chris Lynn getting a lot of pressure applied to him by Chad Engel. You see that 38 of Brett Strickler, who is falling back to the back after having that incident early on. You see a little bit of damage on that front left quarter panel, but still out here turning laps. Good to see he's able to at least keep up with the pack. That's good to see. Didn't get any front end damage, but we'll go ahead, go back up here on board with at least William Brown. I see he's got that 33 of Joshua Gaiman all over his back bumper still. The ticker has not really changed, and then I see David Smill. Looks like him and Lucas Nilges are about to be battling for position. As I say that, about to be battling for position, they're currently battling for position. So Lucas Nilges about to make a pass. Whoa, it looks like maybe Lucas Nilges might have got up into the wall there a little bit. He's got his teammate of Ryan Sword in front of him, who is a Team Sparkle OG. Whoa, as I say that, the OG getting turned by the mentor. I mean, excuse me, the apprentice. That's what I meant to say. I don't know what I'm saying. As Lucas Nilges giving a little bit of a love tap there to his teammate of Ryan Sword, who's moved himself back 11 positions now, man. Lost about 5 or 6 positions there just off of that bump, but was able to keep it underneath him. As I'm seeing right now, no real battles as Kevin Click is starting to slowly separate that gap between Ken Baum. Wonder how much of this is laying back or how much of this is tire degradation. Oh my goodness, tongue twister word. It's opening up the door for William Brown. It was about a 5-second gap between Ken Baum and William Brown. Now it's almost a 4-second gap. But Joshua Gaiman still all over that back bumper of that 9 of William Brown. We'll go back. We'll see. Lucas Nilges was battling there for a minute with that David Smill machine, but Lucas Nilges has fallen back just a little bit. Wondering when the pit cycles are going to be. I know we're coming up on 35 laps. So wonder when pit cycles will just start happening. I know that, like Josh said, they have 4 sets of tires. So just wonder when they decide to come down pit lane and use it. No cautions right now. Hopefully we don't speak those into fruition, but right now I know William Brown and Lucas Nilges are wanting some cautions to be able to catch up with this 2 and this 25 up in front of him, who is just kind of walking away with the lead. I think Josh is having an issue with his headset. Not really. I can hear him talking, but we're just trying to figure it out. So we'll just keep talking here for a minute. But right now, that 27 of David Smill looks like he is starting to put a little bit of pressure, or excuse me, starting to run away from Lucas Nilges. I was looking at the ticker backwards. I am sorry. But Lucas Nilges is starting to lose a little bit of time there to that 27 of David Smill. And also William Brown starting to put a little bit of a gap between that 33 of Joshua Gaiman.
Yeah, but sure, if Nilges right now, you got to think you've gotten past a little bit of the pack. Well, sorry, I went down there. Okay. As Lucas Nilges, though, Chris, has started to work his way through the pack now. I mean, he's gotten up into 6th. He's gotten himself out of that little bit of gaggle of race cars that was in front of him. He's a David Smill and Joshua Gaiman pass away, which, I mean, Joshua Gaiman is 5 seconds away. He's pretty much right there behind William Brown. But he works his way up here comfortably. I mean, he could be right back in the picture, Chris, and in the hunt here at lap, I would say maybe close to lap 100 if he plays his cards right, hits a great pit stop. I mean, Nojis could be right back in this spot around lap 75 in that area, in that area. He could possibly make a run to get up there and battle with these guys. We'll just have to see how he's going to manage. I mean, as long as if he was to hit great lines right now, he could catch him, within this run. It's just one of those things, I'm sure, with the tires, everybody figuring out where they want to run here tonight. It's going to be one of those things in this second run. I think if Nilges can just set himself up here on pit road perfectly, get a good stop, get a good, entry into pit lane, everything goes smooth, perfect, I think he might be able to, get himself back in the run. But, we were talking about applying the pressure earlier, Chris, and I was saying if Ken Baum could apply the pressure to Kevin Click, it could be one of those things that he could pass Kevin Click. It might seem, though, that pressure that he was applying got to him. He wiggled or something got loose, and he is now falling back some. Didn't see where it happened. We don't have any notifications for it, but it does seem like Ken Baum has lost a little bit of that time, and it's allowing William Brown and Joshua Gaiman to start to pull up to him.
Yeah, I was going to say William Brown now 2 seconds. The last time I spoke about William Brown, they were 4.2 seconds. Now William Brown got that time down to 2.2 seconds. So you're starting to see about a 2.5 second gap has fallen off from what was in Ken Baum. So that's what we're going to be watching here. William Brown now starting to catch that.
Sorry, Chris. Ken Baum must be having some type of tire issue. He is falling off big time right now. Big time. Another 2.5, another 4/10 right there, just in 1 and 2 down the backstretch.
Yeah, so this is something we're going to have to keep an eye on. Maybe Ken Baum not liking what he's seeing or not liking what he's feeling in the race car. Maybe, track temperatures and setups can be, can change drastically on these cars. So, something that you practice with all day, during the daytime, you see the sun's kind of setting a little weird on the track. The heat could be, a lot different than when you practiced it. So tires are going to be wearing differently. You're going to have to come down pit lane, get an adjustment, try to fix that car. But we're seeing now William Brown 1.3 seconds down, Josh. It's starting to seem like William Brown's catching, and he is. He's catching Ken Baum.
Yeah, it does seem like indeed. I muted my mic and thought I was I thought I was muted, so I muted myself and started talking. But William Brown, Chris, indeed, it's starting to catch that Ken Baum Jr. machine, like we said. It definitely must seem like Ken Baum's got something going on in that race car. And he also did just catch, who is that, the 98-ish? Is that 98 Shane Williams Sr.? Yeah, I think that's who that was.
Yeah, we saw Shane Weldon come out, and Kip Easley almost made contact and go around, but was able to keep it maintained. But I was going to say, I saw a video on Reddit of a guy of restarts. He was having connection issues. He was just driving down the backstretch there, and it looked like it was a snowplow. It just looked like cars were flying everywhere because he was just knocking them out of the way. And I was wondering if that 98 was having an issue because it looked like he was driving, but there was cars kind of going all around him, so I didn't know if maybe he was having an issue there. But see the 98 getting into the wall there a little bit, but we'll go back up here and see what's going on here with William Brown. Ken Baum, looks like William Brown now catching Ken Baum, Josh.
And they've caught Kevin Click by 4/10 as well, so he's definitely fallen off, it seems like some. I think if Ken Baum or William Brown and Gaiman get past this Ken Baum machine, these guys could move up here, and these could possibly be your race leaders. And if William Brown, your championship leader right now, as it looks like he is going to start working on the inside of that 2 machine of Ken Baum Jr. here. As going down here into NASCAR 1 and 2. I don't know why I keep saying NASCAR 1 and 2, but I do. Well, that says turn 4 right there. So am I wrong? I'm so confused with this track, man. You know what? Just don't even worry about me. This track completely confuses me. I thought I knew it. I think they did flip it back around again and started calling different. You know what? I'm still like on 2020 version of this track. What if that's probably the same version? Don't even listen to me with Phoenix no more. I know how it runs. I don't know how the turns work here, obviously. I feel stupid now. Ken Baum Jr. down pit road, Chris.
Yeah, I was wondering how long it was going to take for Ken Baum to come down pit lane. I'd said while you were trying to get your headset working, Josh, that Ken Baum, how long it was going to be for these drivers to come down pit lane. And it looks like Ken Baum coming down at lap 49. So not liking what he's seeing in that race car, not liking what he's feeling in that race car. So he's going to come down, try to take some tires, get an adjustment on that race car, get it back out, see if he can make up some track time.
Yeah, okay, I'm right. The old layout, this was 1 and 2, so I'm definitely not tripping. I was like, I know I'm not wrong, but I've just been saying it backwards for the race. Now that is definitely 3 and 4, yes. Either way, great racetrack. They've changed the turns like 30 different times here. I mean, I guess you could call it like mini Darlington when it comes to their turn numbers. They just flip them around every couple of years to make it interesting.
They have a reconfigure for their reconfigure for their reconfigure.
Yeah. It's like, hey guys, we're going to change up the track next year. And everybody's like, oh no, changing Darlington? It's like, nah, we're just going to put turn 1 and 2 on the other side of the track. So
yeah, just when you say you're going into 1 and 2, you're really going into 3 and 4.
Yeah. But then in a couple years, we're probably going to change it back again. So just be ready. It's like whatever. But Kevin Click, man, doing a good job here right now, Chris. I mean, he's gotten his gap back out a little bit as William Brown and Joshua Gaiman did get past that. Ken Baum Jr. machine as he did go down pit road. They're going to be the first of our takers here to pit road.
Yeah, Ryan Sword looks like he also did come down pit lane. He was down almost as long as Ken Baum, 14.92 seconds. So them two right now, currently the two drivers off of the lead lap. Lucas Nilge's down pit lane.
Yeah, Nilge's going to be the second out of our championship takers, Chris. And like we said, got to have a good stop. Didn't really see his entry speed there, so not sure how well he had of a stop on entry. But just got to hit a good stop. Got to get in your pit box. Got to get out of your pit box. And you can't make mistakes if you're that 3 machine. And I think he could possibly sneak a couple positions if he just has a good pit stop here. Chris was muted that whole time and talking, so now he's just given up and passed me back. Mike, do apologize about that awkward silence. I guess we'll hit on Chris. I mean, you got to think, if you're that 25 machine, so far so good with the way he's been running the racetrack. I mean, not trying to jinx him here, but he's been doing a great job as he's pulling up to a looks like lap traffic here. So gonna have to see how he's gonna manage this, or if he's gonna bring it down pit road here soon. Yes, I think that is Jonathan Coombs up there in front of him, and Gibney and co. As it looks like Kip Easley, the number 8 up in smoke driver, he's going to pull it down pit road. Yeah, that gap seems like it still is pretty much going to be hesitant. Actually, Kevin Click making up a little bit of time there from William Brown up to about 5 3/10 now. The gap is, it was as lowest was 4 and I want to say 4/10 there at a moment when it seemed like that William Brown and Joshua Gaiman machine were on the move together. But once they got past Ken Baum Jr., it seems like that momentum is kind of halted and they're just kind of chilling now, running here in this area. And I think you got to say, if you're William Brown, you're not probably too uncomfortable with this. You got some clean air in front of you. You're just kind of chugging. You've got a couple of race cars behind you that are starting to catch up, but I think overall for William Brown and the situation he was in earlier, being in 4th position, now sitting up in that 2nd place position, and if something was to happen to our leader, he's going to take that spot there. For the non-camp, I think you're pretty happy with how you're rolling right now, and I think everybody's pretty much happy with how they're rolling. I think tonight has been a pretty good night for all 4 of our championship drivers here so far, going on to lap 59. So
Yeah, you're starting to see this lap traffic play a factor, Josh. William Brown now down to 4.9 tenths. He's now got it down to about 5 seconds, but I'm seeing it stagnate around 5 seconds, so he's shaved off a half a second on track.
That was tight there, man. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Oh, that was. As it looks like Jonathan Coombs, Kevin Gibney all come down pit lane on their way back out.
Hey, Coombs is like me, man. He's one of those guys. I'll give you the lane. I'm going to let you run it, but I'm going to run you as tight as I can because I'm not trying to lose speed either. I don't want that guy behind me, getting that pass on, for free off of you. So let's make this quick, but let's make this a little hard for you too. But he got through it clean, and hey, Coombs, like I said, just running him there low. It's nothing he did wrong. It's not illegal.
Yeah, so it looks like that lead is kind of stagnated out now. Kevin Click has got it to about 5 seconds on William Brown. As I see Kyler McCarthy in the YouTube chat. Don't know when you said it, buddy, but he said good luck, Nitro boys. See y'all next season. See you next season, Kyler. Right now, Joshua Gaiman, as he kind of gives a little bit of a tap there to the wall, as I call it the high five. Give him a little bit of a high five, a little bit of a lockup. But who is that? Looks like maybe the 95 of Dakota Kuhn with a little bit of a lockup.
I don't know what it is about Dakota Kuhn's race car all season, but that front end has all the other Mustangs, you can tell it's a Mustang, but his Mustang, you see what I mean? Is there just something weird about his car? Is it because there's no vents on it? He painted the vents. Is that what it is? I think I've just noticed that's what it is. See, because they've got black vents. All the Mustangs have black vents. His are painted lime green, and that's what makes the front end look so random to me. I've always thought, why does his car not look like a Mustang? It now makes sense to me. I finally have cracked. You see what I mean?
Okay,
and
yes.
It always looks so like it's got a long, big front bumper, and I'm like, man, what is going on with that car? Like,
I notice it now that you say it. I notice it. Holy crap!
All season since we've called, I've always seen Dakota Kuhn's car and thought, man, is there something just different about his Mustang compared to everybody? It makes sense now.
It definitely does make sense. Now that you say that, I notice it. Oh, my goodness.
It's like this dude had a big old JDM front bumper on a Mustang, Like, I was like, what the heck, dude?
Oh! Whoa, is Lucas Nilge's having to get hard on the brakes.
That was almost bad.
That was almost very bad
Lucas
for the
Nilge's.
8. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm sorry. Joshua Gaiman. I was looking down at the ticker. I'm sorry. And I said a name. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that was almost bad for William Brown there, Chris. As he's going to get up there to Kevin Gibney Jr. And it looks like that 62 just going to let him roll on by. Is that 62 running more of like is that like a Home Depot looking throwback, or is that just a very similar color scheme? I wouldn't say it's Home Depot, but you know what I mean, like that.
Yes, I want to say
like
it says Steiner Bros. Yeah.
I was about to say like a Tony Stewart-esque throwback. Is that what he's going for here? If not, and he's just running that sick paint scheme. I do like it. I
can't see what it says on the side of it.
Yeah, I can't really.
Sewer Bros. Does it say Sewer Bros?
Yeah,
I think it says Sewer Bros.
I have to fire our cameraman. Not getting a good job here.
They keep zooming out, and I can't notice it.
It definitely says Sewer Bros. I mean, you see what I mean? It's almost got like an old smoke when he was in the 20 scheme feel to it. And something he'd run for Halloween or something,
Yeah, as you're starting to see Joshua Gaiman start to lose a little bit of time to William Brown. But Kevin Click, William Brown has got, like I said, they've got out to about 5 seconds on the track, and they haven't looked back since then. So I'm wondering if Ken Baum might have pulled the trigger a little early, or if this is a strategy play for him. Go ahead, come down, take some tires, make up as much track time as he can. Hope for a caution to come out so that way they come down You know, maybe he had to make an adjustment and just pull the trigger early. That's what I'm wondering is, whoa, who was that? It looks like the 27? Or was
That was Gibney.
somebody was up into the wall?
That was Gibney.
Okay.
As you know, earlier, we're getting close to 75. I said something about be ready for lap 75. If Lucas Nilges has a good stop, he could be in it. Well, I said that to Chris thinking that everybody else was going to come down pit road. And, man, they've all just kind of mixed it up on pit road, and it's got our running order all out of whack right now. I think possibly Lucas might not have had the best stop because he did lose a couple positions there to Ken Baum on pit road.
Yeah, so that's something we're going to have to watch out for here later on. Last year's champion, Ken Baum, now sitting in 9th place, a lap down. So this is – or no, he's not a lap down. He's back on the lead lap.
Yeah, he passed his way back to the lead lap.
So, yeah, my ticker was just not updated.
Whoa, somebody's wrecking. Is it these two battling up here? I think you were on the right battle. It definitely sounded like it was coming out of... Oh, man, I don't know where that was at. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But did you not hear those tires spinning up like crazy?
No, I did not.
It might have been Matthew Fitz there.
Whoa.
Somebody definitely got loose or something, because I heard what sounded like spinning right before you switched cameras. And it was loud and going. It wasn't like I just heard the tires squeal a little bit. I heard it sounded like they were going around. I know what spinning on iRacing sounds like, and that's what it sounded like.
It could have been somebody slamming on the brakes, locking them up, trying to get into pit lane. We could have been just the camera.
Yeah, it could have been Matthew Fitz. I don't know. I really don't. Doesn't seem like we've had a wreck, so we'll assume that.
No, and I was scrolling through the ticker as you were saying that, or the timer, just seeing if I saw anything, and I was like, I don't see anything, so I just started kind of cycling through all the cameras, seeing if I could find anything. That's the only thing that
somebody battling and they like kind of doored each other a little bit, and it slid the outside car up the track, you know,
right?
Something like that. I don't know. It just sounded like somebody was spinning there for a second, but we're just going to assume it was somebody slowing down for pit road there, as we did have a couple pit stops in that same general area. Wait, is that the 9 of William Brown and Kevin Click coming down pit road? Oh, and see, William Brown came in hot, and he got over the line in the right speed. He was 38 when he crossed that, and it's 45, so I think William Brown's good. And he made up a little bit of time there on pit road, Chris. Kevin Click not as comfortable coming in as fast. William Brown said, hey, I know what I'm racing for here tonight. I'm taking that opportunity, and the 9 is going to benefit from that.
Yeah, we're going to see if he got penalized.
Made up the whole 2 seconds.
We'll see, though. That's the only thing I don't like about not being able to see penalties or anything.
I don't think he got penalized, Chris. I watched his speed, and as soon as he hit that commitment cone, he was already at like 38 miles an hour, like locking it up. Look at the time he made up, Chris. 4 seconds down, and William Brown is going to come out a second back. Goodness gracious, what a pit stop from that number 9. We'll have to see if William Brown does get penalized. I don't think he's going to, Chris. I think he was clean there on the stop. I don't think they're going to post that 9 on the board. I think the only thing they're going to be posting is how good of a stop that was here later in Discord, because, man, William Brown just made up a lot of time, and that is going to be detrimental for his championship run here tonight. You got to think Kevin Click is shaking a little bit in those boots right now. He has had a comfortable night, and now he sees somebody this hungry coming up behind him. Whew, this is going to be a battle, Chris. And if you're that 25 machine, you got to keep your composure here. Not necessarily shaking in his boots, but, you know, wipe the brow off the sweat, get back up on that steering wheel, man, because it's not over for that 25 machine. He's been comfortable here for these last 70. It's time to re-lock in, man. He's got to hopefully get back into that groove he was so good at earlier in this race.
Yeah, I was going to say Joshua Gaiman and Kevin Gibney were the only guys that had not come down pit lane. But right now, Kevin Gibney in pit lane, and
William
so
Brown
is
just
Matthew
passed
Fitz again.
Or, excuse me, Michael Suver. No, he passed Lucas Nilges. Excuse me. Just got to get past Ryan Sword, and he's right there behind Kevin Click.
Yeah, about a second and 4/10 off, second and a half is William Brown or Kevin Click. So So you have to keep keep an eye on that battle between them. Like you said, Ryan Sword in between them.
If you're that 3 right now of Lucas Nilges, you are hoping that somebody in front of you makes a mistake. He is definitely on a weird strategy right now compared to Kip, or not Kip, excuse me, Kevin and William. So it's been one of those things. Him and Ken Baum, they're gonna get caught here very soon. I think Ken Baum is on a little bit of a weird strategy too. Correct? Didn't he pit right before Lucas Nilges or after? Yeah. Oh,
So,
caution! Caution!
Caution's out. Shane Weldon.
Uh-oh. Yeah, he's down in the dog leg. That's definitely a spot that they throw the caution at. Well, we'll have to see what these guys that have pitted already here recently decide to do.
It looks like the 98 might have got out of the gas, and the 3 was just like, get out of my way.
Yeah, the 3 channeling his inner Earnhardt there, right there, man. He said, I'm running this number, and I'm going to run you out my way. I'm going for a championship. I mean, Shane Wilden is like 20 laps down, so, I mean, not saying that he's doing anything he shouldn't be. Pays to race in here, so. Definitely one of those things. It's not, I'm sure he wasn't trying to slow the 3 down or anything. The 3's just, hey, get out my way right now. So he's trying to move. He definitely was in one of those positions. He's been this is the best position he's been in. I said lap 75 he was going to be in his best position to strike at those drivers. I guess I was right. So, I mean, that was his best position there to race those guys, and maybe he felt like he was getting held up. Who knows? It doesn't look like any of these drivers. Ken Baum, Kip Easley, and Joshua Gaiman definitely going to come down. Kevin Click going to be able to pass the pace car now. Why is Kevin Click passing the pace car? Wait. Why is he passing the pace car?
I'm confused.
Yeah, I'm very confused. Why would it put him past the pace car? Is something going on with the 25 right now? He's going down pit road.
Huh. Not really sure. Like you said, he went past the pit.
I'm so kerfuffled right now. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what just happened there.
It doesn't look like he's gained or lost any position. So, yeah, that's weird. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we're the ones that are actually confused because we don't know what's going on. If everybody in chat knows what's going on, that's great. I'm just confused.
Lucky dog.
Was he the lucky dog? No, nobody else is a lap down. Everybody was on the lead lap right there, back to like 10th place, 9th place. I don't understand what is going on right now. Maybe it's gonna move him back to the back of the pack now? Because I feel like when you pass the pace car like that, wouldn't that be him forfeiting his position, right? I don't know. I'm so confused right now.
Yeah, those pit cycles might have just screwed all of us. Screwed our timing up.
Okay, now everybody's passing the pace car. Okay, there we go. We're back to normal now, I think.
Josh was just confused.
His timing is still... The timing's all over the place right now. It's still scoring him in 4th place.
Yeah, it is... And the pace car just came down.
It's
Yeah.
scoring him in 4th place and ahead of William Brown and everybody on the lap counter for me. That's what's confusing me. Bro, what the heck is going on right now? I'm so confused. Where's William Brown?
That's what I'm saying. It's saying he's in 5th right now, and the green flag
What
just
the
cut.
heck is going on, dude?
Yeah, see, so the timing, something
What?
is.
Our timing must... I'm so confused right now, dude.
Oh, sorry about that. I'm gonna close timing, reopen it. Don't know if maybe something might have broke. No, it is still the same, as you see on screen.
Even in iRacing, when you go to him, I'm seeing on my iRacing HUD, it's scoring William Brown in 5th, and it's scoring him in 4th.
Whoa, is the 94 rev?
William Brown's going to get around it. Maybe this will fix it? I'm so confused right now, man. I've never seen just one person in 2nd, 3rd, 4th place like that pass the pace car and then go pit. And now it's like the scoring is all weird. I'm sorry. I know we're kind of beating ourselves up over this. We'll get back on board here after this caution, but
okay, yeah. So that's what it is. So the pit cycles and everything screwed our timing up, and I'm seeing Jimmy Barr saying Lucky Doggy starting at the end of the line. They had to start because the others were taking the wave around. Only 2 cars were on the lead lap. See, so while we were watching the battling going on, I must have missed it.
So our timing has been off this whole time, is what you're saying? Or what?
He said it'll fix itself now.
Okay.
It should fix itself now.
And this is Jimmy Barr that said this? Because I'm holding him to it.
He said the timing was right. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know. Maybe it was just the way the pit cycles and everything. Because I genuinely got confused there for a second.
I genuinely still am confused. Look at Snillgy's the lucky dog. He actually is the lucky dog. This guy is the lucky dog for real.
I'm gonna have to go back and watch this and just see.
I feel like I've been Men in Black, like with the.
Like I've just entered an alternate universe.
We're in a. This is so weird to me. I don't.
Okay, so Jimmy Barr said the lap down cars were in front of the waved around guys, so it was correct though.
Okay, I think I get it with that, what he's saying. That's why it waved everybody around, and then the pace car probably pit. It all makes sense. It makes sense, but in that moment, I was like thinking, dude, did like Kevin Click just find a free pit stop or something? Like, I was so confused, dude. I was like, dude just found the loophole of the century. We're gonna be talking about this for decades. Like, but apparently I'm just dumb. Thanks, Jimmy.
We called the chat answered.
Yeah. If we didn't have Jimmy Barr in here tonight, man, we'd be out of luck. I think we'd still be talking about it at lap 50 or 150. I mean, okay, do apologize about that. Just a very confusing moment, though. Like I said, after this caution, we're gonna throw it out the window. None of this ever happened. Jimmy Barr is not a real person. He hasn't raced in the league this whole time. So, just we're all done with this. As Chris, can you believe it's only been 50 minutes, man? We're already 90 laps into this race.
Yeah, this race.
Okay, and yes, he was right. Look at how everybody's lined back up here. It's all fixed. I just noticed that.
Yeah, I just noticed that William Brown was like scored in 5th, but he was all the way back around everybody, and I was like, wait, what am I looking at, and why is everybody?
Now that I think about it, I definitely have had those moments at like Charlotte and stuff when you get those multiple cautions for some reason at Charlotte back in the day and like D fixed. or not D-Fixed, C-Fixed Truck Series. You used to get the cautions, remember, at Charlotte going off into turn 1 every single time, and they would always mess the field up.
Hmm.
I don't know why, but definitely have had that happen a bunch now that I think about it. So just something I haven't experienced in a while, but we'll get back on board here, Chris. The pace car is going to turn left. Look at your championship leaders that are up here and still fighting. You got Ken Baum, Kevin Click, and William Brown, who just did come down pit road. I want to say William Brown did. Did he not this past stop? Let's see. William Brown did pit on lap 88. That's green, 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 green. Back to championship racing here, Chris, is Joshua Gaiman all the way down. Almost touching the pit wall.
Yeah, but we'll see if cautions breed cautions. We'll see if these guys can get it straightened out. Now everybody's stacked back up. Everybody's...
if you're William Brown right now, you're puckering, dude.
Yeah. Just trying right now to hold on to everything you got. Oh, is Jonathan Coombs, Dakota Coon.
But say, I thought I heard tires, but every time I call tires for a wreck, I'm all, oh.
There's a little boop.
Is he coming back? It's like, I know how Coombs is, man. He'll come give you that bump back.
I was waiting on it. That's why I didn't change.
Yeah,
so I didn't change.
He wasn't happy about the little backup into him either, so I was definitely expecting for it to come back. We'll have to see what happened here. As it looks like Coombs here, as we go down into the inside here on 3. Does look like he does have the lead car right there coming out of corner.
Whoa, get sideways.
Both got loose both simultaneously. Yeah, that wasn't either of them's fault. That was just a pirouette, dude. That was, a duet right there. Those guys just whoop. And then as they're going, Dakota Coon, bow. And then I thought, it looked like he was aiming for him right here. He thought about it. I was like, nah, I'm good. You see, even Coon pulled up. That Dakota pulled all the way up to the wall, too. He was anticipating it, man. Not, I hate that both happened to him after, but it's just how they both simultaneously just spin at the same time. And it's like they got loose of us the same way. Goodness
so it
gracious,
is
man.
technically the third caution, even though it says second caution up there. I have closed my timing and opened it back up. So it's only tracking 2 cautions. But this is the third caution here tonight.
William Brown definitely does not like these. It's one thing if you're like in a position of, Ken Baum. I mean, even Kevin Click. Like, I don't want to be here if I'm Kevin Click and William Brown right now. These restarts, these positions that, you got to be in on these restarts, the apron, going down on the apron and the dog leg. I mean, everything. It's just one of those things, man. I bet it's stressful for these guys right now. And look what lap it is, Chris. We're getting so close, man. You know that the gloves are about to come off. This is about to be a brawl, dude. So this is I don't even have to be in the race car right now, and I'm already telling you, I don't like this. I wouldn't want to be out there right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be out on the track. I have raced in the Full Throttle League, a championship race here, and I can tell you, I didn't like it then, and I know I wouldn't like it right now. I mean, I'm not going to lie, I would probably like it. I would love to race here. There you go, Robbie. We're gonna start a commentator in car. Just commentate from the car while I'm driving. Just one race though. The pace light should go out this time. There they are.
So, like, virtually, we have, like, 50 laps left right now, dude. This is going to be insane.
And we'll see if Ken Baum has enough to make it back-to-backs. If Kevin Click has anything to say about it, William Brown, we know him and Nilges. They have something they want to say about it.
Oh, I just took a deep breath and swallowed. Man, this is about to be tough right here. Green flag. Oh no, William Brown got in the back of the 8. Hopefully that didn't do any damage to the front end of that race car. But look at that run William Brown's getting to the inside. Door to door with the 25 of Kevin Click. And you've got to think he's thinking to this 8 machine, out of my way. As down the back straightaway here, we're going to have to see. Oh, William Brown's falling off now in that inside lane. He's losing a position to Brett Strickler almost. As the 25 of Kevin Click going to come across the nose. You got to think if Kip Easley wasn't there, I think William Brown might have went up there, Chris, and possibly be leading this race. He got such a good restart.
Yeah, but, you know, one of those things to watch out for is you see him running up really wide.
Don't overcook it, driver.
You got that 38 on that outside door.
Netcode looks bad right now, man. They didn't even touch him. They just hit. Oh, Brett Strickler almost just got loose on that outside lane. Now to William Brown. He's got David Smith Jr. coming to the inside. This is not going to be good for him. He is under attack right now. Kevin Click just set the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, I just noticed that. I was about to say that same thing.
27.345 for that 25 machine. To the inside goes Ken Baum Jr. He just took the fastest lap of the race. 27.314. Man, these guys are moving in race trim.
Big drive in there from Kevin Click.
Yeah, he's going to get into the lead, that 2 machine. Like you said, big drive in from Kevin Click. And, man, William Brown, he is trying his best to get back up here.
Yeah, he was able to get around that 38 of Brett Strickler. We see him starting to close that gap up just
Kevin
a little.
Click, big run to the inside here. He's looking to open the door to Josh Gaiman. It's not going to be there all the way, but he is starting to set that 33 up. He's going to get a wide drive through the corner exit. That's going to allow him to shoot to the bottom of the track. Really tuck up to this 33 down the back straightaway, and we're going to see him go back down here into turn 3 and 4. He's going to have one more opportunity here to try to go back and make a move on this 33 as he's going to drive it, diamond this corner, and he's really going to get right up to that 33's back bumper as we drive it down to the apron. Not going to be door-to-door with him coming into one, but we'll have to see how he's going to get to this 33's back bumper as it looks like here in this inside lane. Coming through turn 2, he's not doing a bad job, Chris. We'll just have to see if this Kevin Click machine can make it click. Joshua Gaiman, I'm sure, is not an easy driver to pass.
Yeah, and you also have to think that 25 has that 8 machine all over that back bumper as well.
That's going to be a good run. That's going to be a good run for the 25. He got a great exit on corner exit. Oh, he's right there, too. He is right there.
Oh, they're banging.
They almost wrecked.
They almost did.
Spot. I got to put that. I mean, I got to say that was the 25 over driving it a little bit. But in this situation, you got to understand he's probably not happy with that 33 right now. He's saying, let's go. I got under 50 laps, buddy. I got to go.
Yeah, man. Oh, that 33 started to get a little sideways.
He is going to dig it into this 33's door if he gets the opportunity to. If you're Josh Gaiman, hold on to the wheel, buddy. Hold on to the wheel. That 25 is coming.
Right now, this is a battle for that second position. Kevin Click doing a good job holding on to the back bumper of that 33, and also that 33 doing a good job holding off that 25 because the 25 is really laying that pressure on him right now. But it looks like the 25 just doesn't have the momentum coming out of the dog leg into turn 1. Just make up any more space on that 33. Ken Baum, though, loving what he's seeing in that rear view, though. So as I say that, though, Kevin Click to the inside of the 33. Oh, he's trying to make that 33 overdrive it.
Yeah, but if you're the 25, you can't make yourself overdrive it.
Yeah.
Trying to get past this 33 machine. Because you're seeing what is allowing that 2 of Ken Bomb to do. Pull away.
Drive away. Yeah, as William Brown, though, still hanging on to the back bumper of that 8 of Kip Easley. As I say that, to the inside, William Brown. So a pass for that 4th position. William Brown around Kip Easley. Coming out of turn 4.
Oh, and look at that. Kevin Click got past Joshua Gaiman in that same battle. Maybe the 33 realizing he might just need to let the guy go. I don't know what happened there, but...
So it looks like Joshua Gaiman might got him wall there just a little bit.
Yeah, and 25 just big drive in. 33's not going to battle that in the run he had. So, Chris, put this into, your mind right quick. How do you think, if you're Kevin Click and you catch your Turn 2 Terribles teammate, how do you think you're racing him here at this championship finale?
I mean, I don't know. It just comes down to, are you overdriving or underdriving? Are you going slower than me? If you have a definitive, if it's just a block fest where, you're it's, not racing your teammate, if he's just kind of blocking you,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
You gotta do what you gotta do. I mean, like I said, as much respect as I would have for a teammate like that, it's one of those things where, hey, bud, you won one already. Let me have a chance. I'm hungry too. So, yeah, so that, I'm not saying that Kevin Click is going to go out and wreck him, but I'm just saying that
pressure, you think? Yeah.
that bumper starts looking a little tasty.
Well, look
if
at
you're catching what I'm saying.
Moved himself up in the 3rd.
Yeah, William Brown now got himself around that 33. So maybe the 33 having a battle with that 25 of Kevin Click really wore that equipment out. As right now, Kip Easley, Brett Strickler door to door back there.
And look at that, because if Lucas Nilgis could just find a way to pass these Gagler race cars, he'd be pretty much right in that battle as well. But it's just not had the night go his way here for the 3 machine. But there's still laps left. There's still time to be burned off in this race. That 3 machine could have anything go his way.
Yeah, as we're seeing the separation between Ken Baum and Kevin Click is about a second out, and then the separation between Kevin Click and William Brown is about a second out. So everybody about a second out from each other. You see Joshua Gaiman still about a half a second off of William Brown. Brett Strickler was able to get around that 8 of Kip Easley. So Kip Easley now falling back to that 6th position. Then you see Lucas Nilgis, like Josh said earlier, just trying to bide his time, hoping that something happens in front of him that does not involve him and involves other people that are fighting for the same thing he's fighting for.
In the perfect world, William Brown and Kevin Click get up there racing Ken Baum Jr. and they all take each other out. But
yeah, that's
what you want to happen if you're that 3 machine.
Yeah, because I mean, like I said earlier, all you got to do at that point is just finish in front of them.
Race, yeah.
All you have to do is finish. Doesn't matter if you finish in 10th place. If they finish in 11th, 12th, and 13th, you win. That's what's the great thing about the championship is you just have to be in front of everybody else at the end of it.
I guess you could say that is one of the advantages of this playoff style platform. From a driver's perspective, I don't know if from a fan's perspective that's as entertaining to some people, but
Lucas Nilgis was able to.
Driver. Yeah, he got past 2 of those race cars.
Yeah, so he's
a Brett Strickler and Joshua Gaiman away from us being our top 4 championship runners for this championship being in the top 4.
Yeah, so keep an eye on that 3 machine, see if he can catch that 38 and get around the 33. We know the 33 starting to lose a little bit of time. It looks like maybe, like I said a little while ago, that battling with that 25 of Kevin Click might have tore that race car or those tires up just a little bit.
Ken Baum starting to pull a gap. It looks like Ken Baum's got a 1 second gap here, and he's got a 1.5 second gap to William Brown behind him, just kind of in his own little pocket, but definitely has the I think has the opportunity to catch Ken Baum here. But it seems like right now, if Ken Baum can just keep his pace, Chris, he might be able to run away with this championship and become a 2-time Full Throttle Cup Series champion. But we're not going to go ahead and set that in stone just yet. The script, we're not like, you know, all these real life sports like everybody claims. We're not scripted here. This is all still happening to us. We don't know who's going to win this thing. So, you know, when you don't have a script like that, you know what that means. Anything possible could happen. You know, you're thinking, well, what could happen? He can wreck. Well, we're racing virtual here. Anything could happen. Power flickers, internet flickers, anything, man. Imagine losing your season to a power flicker. Ugh. I'd probably punch a hole in my monitor. But, you know, it's one of those things, man. Anything can happen. And when you're at 120 out of 150, well, guess what? Those chances are still there of anything happening. As with 30 laps to go, it looks like Ken Baum Jr. is just going to comfortably hold himself out in that lead position. As it looks like Lucas Nilges is battling with that Fred Strickler machine. Is a Turn 2 Terribles driver, so you got to think he's going to make it a little bit harder here for this Ken Baum, or excuse me, this Lucas Nilges machine, as Ken Baum and Kevin Click, his teammates, are running up in that 1 and 2 position. I don't know, could be a nice guy, though, and just let him go. You never know.
Yeah, William Brown right now trying to make up as much time as he can to Kevin Click. Kevin Click now set that gap to about a 2nd and 7/10 between him and William Brown. So going to have to apply a little bit more pressure for William Brown if he's going to catch up to this 25. And then, like I said, Ken Baum is about a second off still of Kevin Click. So no real time has been lost between Ken Baum and Kevin Click. So about the same pace.
Yeah, and that's what's scary if you're in that 25 machine. You saw how well your teammate was holding on to your back bumper through half the run at the start of the race before he had a moment. Now you're not able to catch him. That's not a good look for that 25 camp right now. You've got to find some speed here on some part of the racetrack and make up some type of gap. You got to put yourself in a position to win this race here, and you got to do it quick if you're in that 25. Same with the 9. I mean, he's starting to fall off some as well. He's going to have to find something that works here for him, or these guys are going to let Ken Baum get out there and get another one of these, because he is doing a great job right now.
Yeah, as I saw a big drive in there from the 8. Kip Easley all over the back bumper of that 3. Had to back out of the gas coming out of turn 4 to not get him around. Right now, David Smill Jr. did just pass Kip Easley for that 8th position. But we're going to go back up here, check the gap. It looks like still about a about second and 1/10 gap between Ken Baum and Kevin Click. So a little bit of separation now starting to happen. But William Brown now falling off to about 2 seconds, 1.9. So not applying as much pressure is William Brown now. Joshua Gaiman has not let that 9 go, though. Brett Strickler still got that 30, or excuse me, that 3. That 38 still has the 3 of Lucas Nilges all over the back bumper.
He got past him for a moment, but then, yeah, he did get passed again.
So right now, those are your 4 drivers who are battling for the position. Like we said, Ken Baum, who is now just kind of set himself out in the lead with 24 laps to go. I think I've seen these drivers make it further on tires. So I'm saying if they go green the rest of the way, we could be looking at a...
No, they're not stopping again, I don't think.
Yeah, because
I mean, they ran, what, 75 laps? We went to lap 80. I mean, it would be close.
Yeah,
they could be close on fuel. I'm not sure what laps they could have ran to on that first green flag run before we went to the caution, but it's going to be close. I think they should be good, though. Did you get it? I hear somebody spinning. Maybe it was somebody locking up again. I don't know how I heard that from the blimp cam. Yeah. Not sure who it was. Chad Engel. Chris, that is going to re-rack our field, man.
Oh my goodness.
Let's go. Oh, are they going to take pit stops, though? If they take pit stops, it might switch them around here. And I want to see a 1, 2, 3, and 4. I want to see, you know what? I might have to get down here and fabricate something. Get me on the radio right quick. I'm going to have to contact, our virtual race control and tell that pace car driver right there, let everybody by that's not these guys and let them pack up. Now they're going to come down pit road, Chris.
Yeah,
Man,
so
we are about to see probably what 25 laps of just absolute carnage, man. This is going to be crazy.
if you're in that 3 machine, you're going to have a really good pit stop.
Watch for this 9 machine to have a good pit stop. We know how good he is under green flag conditions. Let's see how good he's going to be able to stop right here. You're going to see Nilges get in first to his pit stop. Then you're going to see that 2 machine. But look how fast William Brown got into his pit stop. He definitely should beat that Kevin Click machine out. He's going to be close. Now, I don't know. Kevin Click does have that first pit stall, so that's going to be a big advantage to him. They should come out 1, 2, 3 here. I would assume Ken Baum might pull out on Kevin Click, though, first. Ken Baum. Oh, did William Brown get him? Did William Brown get Kevin Click? He did. Oh, man, this is... Oh, yeah. Hobart stayed out. He might come down pit road this time. Not sure. Yeah, he is. So it's going to re-rack him back up. Man, William Brown just had a great pit stop. Don't know if he wants to be on this outside lane, though, going in here into 1. Woo! Oh, man, I just got excited, Chris. I just got excited. It's hard for me to notice right now what it is. Hold on, stay on this camera right quick. Yeah, something like that. It looks good. I think Jonathan Coombs had flames on his car like that too. Yeah, I can't tell. It probably says this caution is brought to you by his Team Soccer Unicorn.
Yeah, can't see what it says on the back bumper. That's sad.
Can you believe, Chris, all season our Nitro drivers have been so quick. We didn't have besides, obviously we were going to have Joshua Susi without his unfortunate circumstances having to pull out of the season early and, focus on outside of the sim, things. We still wish that he's doing well, man. Hopefully we see him back next season. We know he was a driver that was a force to be reckoned with for sure. But, like I was saying, it's surprising that we didn't see maybe another one of the Nitro drivers hop up there, with Smill. He was running very well early in the playoffs, but just did not have the luck go his way. We know Gaiman came in late, so he wasn't eligible for the playoffs. But, I'm really surprised we didn't see, drivers like David Smill and stuff make it closer to this Final Four, but...
Well, we would have seen David Smill if he didn't get taken out.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Last race, he got hit about 5 times.
Yeah, it was bad. I remember him getting so mad over the mic after the first 3, and then he just stopped talking. Not mad like that. You know what I mean, though. Just frustrated, letting him know, like, come on, man. Like, really? Like, it's just one of those things when you're in that position, you don't want it to happen. But, Chris, something's about to happen. Look at how tight William Brown's running this 2-door. He knows where the restart zone is, and we are about to be green flag racing. There we go, and William Brown's going to get a good start, but it looks like Kevin Click going to get a better start. They're going to be too wide. This is going to be your battle here. Oh, he's going to cut the nose off.
Woo!
He's going to make it stick. William Brown across the nose of the 25. That was about as tight, and we got the caution back out. Man, oh my goodness. Oh, man. I have chills. How did William Brown just make that stick, dude? I thought he was for sure getting dumped, Chris. As we'll go back on board here, see what happened. Kevin Gibney Jr. behind him. I think that's William Hobart to his outside. Oh, he just got loose on corner entry. Oh, and then he's going to get... Oh, that was a net code spin right there on the end. But, hey, he's going to get it relatively clean. A little bit of contact to the front left there, unfortunately. That seemed like it might have been a little bit more damage than it probably should have, or made the car react a little bit more than it should have. Oh, he downshifted. I was going to say, I would have wondered if he was wheel hopping, and that's what he did. I don't know, maybe that Ryan Sword contact wasn't as exaggerated now that I see it in the car. Are you going to believe, can you believe we're about to have to restart anyways? Again?
Yeah.
Perfect time to come back, Chris.
Yep.
Say that.
Perfect.
I was about to say, you can't have those Sparkle Unicorn guys anywhere, man. They're like the frat guys, you know, at the wedding. Like they're gonna start chaos for no reason.
It's like those one guys you want to invite to the party. Like
oh,
they're,
yeah,
like they're like, really good friends.
They're the coolest guys ever. You want to invite them everywhere, but you know, like we could possibly catch like small like misdemeanor charges being. We might wreck golf carts into each other in a store and get banned from somewhere and catch like a misdemeanor trespassing charge or something. But like, hey, it's a great time. Like,
at least you had fun while you were doing it.
I was about to say, one thing we love about the Sparkle Unicorn guys, man, no matter what, they always bring it. And hey, they've got, you know, and one thing, Chris, it's 2 Sparkle Unicorns, 2 Turn 2 Terribles drivers in the championship 4. So it's like, that's what I think is pretty cool too as well. You got to say, the Turn 2 Terribles guys are showing up in the top 10 tonight as well.
Yeah.
Especially with our 2 championship runners. But look at Brett Strickler, man. You got to think he's definitely not going to make this easy for William Brown if he is able to get up there and get around him.
Yeah, I'm going to see if William Brown can have a better start than he did last time. Looks
like
he
got I think he's going to learn from his mistake.
I think he got a little bit of
a... Does his race car look a different color in the sun compared to theirs? Like, his car almost looks like it's like
a matte color?
Well, it is matte, but it's almost like his car's photoshopped in, like it's not there. You know what I mean? But from here, it's fine. But it's so certain overhead camera angles, it's so dark compared to the rest of the cars. It looks fake. I mean, it is, but you know what I mean.
I know what you mean. It doesn't look like this reflecting.
It ain't fake to me, dang it. As we should go back green here in just a moment, Chris.
Yeah, this should be the last caution lap this time by. Pace lights are out. So 12 laps to go at the line. Yeah, it looks like his car doesn't reflect like everybody else's does. Like over the pillars, it reflects where that purple
pace car is going to take a left turn, Chris. As Chris doesn't realize he's muted. Sorry that you had to hear his internal thoughts there. He thought he was just talking to me the whole time. He's talking to y'all. As pace car did go off, and they are in the restart zone. Green, green, green. William Brown. Not a good start, Chris. Not a good start at all.
Yeah, you saw Brett Strickler having to get on the brakes there, not wanting to get...
Oh, but a great recovery here coming into the turn. Or the turn. I said that kind of weird, but... And look at who is right behind him, Chris. Lucas Nilgies. Oh, side drafting hard is Kevin Click.
These cars are driving bad.
No, they're driving good.
Whoa, is Brett Strickler with a little bit of wiggle there.
Oh! Kevin Click and William Brown made contact. Oh, and Kevin Click washed up. They just crossed each other over. Oh, these boys are racing, but you got to think Ken Baum's loving it. He's like, hey, give me this all you want. In the corner, man. If William Brown can get out of this corner exit and get to the inside of the 25, can bring his teammate, the 3 of Lucas Nilges with him, and it looks like that's what he's gonna do. The Team Sparker Unicorn duo starting to link up here in turns 1 and 2 as they drive it down, and he's into the back side of Brett Strickler, gonna use him as a brake just there. Said, hey, I drove it in a little bit, but hey, buddy, sorry, I gotta use you a little bit. Bumper car action back there as the turn 2 Terribles and Team Sparker Unicorn drivers gonna make contact. Ken Baum Jr. just ran his fastest lap and the fastest lap of the session.
Ooh,
look at that. Strickler. There goes William Brown by. But oh, now he's going to get into Kevin Click. Man, these guys are racing.
Man, William Brown was almost sideways coming out of turn 4 there into the dog leg. He is sideways right now.
Big loose.
He's going to open up the door for the 25.
Still going to have an opportunity here. That's what you love about Phoenix. Still have an opportunity out of that corner.
We've got a Sparkle Unicorn guy with a turn 2 Terrible teammate behind him.
We've got my goodness. Oh, my goodness, William Brown. Why'd you have to flex on us with that corner entry? Goodness gracious, he was all over Kevin Click, and he's going to make the pass, dude. You got to say, he might not have the
Brett
car
Strickler
out
all the way up.
Fastest. I was going to say Strickler in the wall, but man, William Brown has some heart here
tonight.
Whoa! Hulshin's going to be out. Big wreck between Ryan Sword, and that's going to collect Gaiman, Hobart. Oh, it looks like the 69 of Matthew Fitz. Big, big wreck on the backstretch. Hope these virtual drivers are okay, man.
We don't want any broken wrists.
Yeah. I mean, hey, if you're on a direct drive right there, that could have been dangerous.
Because it looks like the 38
that's where the 38, yeah, it's where you were talking about. It originally started from there. I was just so focused on William Brown that got caught up in that.
Yeah, 38 got up into the wall, and it looks like everybody was going to get around. Oh, and then Michael Zuber just got into the back corner.
Oh, my gosh. Could you imagine taking that hit in real life that the 33 took? Oh, my gosh. That's brachial skull fracture, dude, with a Hans device. Jeez Louise, man. And he hit the safer barrier. That was horrible. God. I mean, we definitely don't get the cushion effect of the real-life safer barriers like we do on iRacing too much. I mean, the whole front end of the car came off the ground, man. That was a big, big shot. He's still steering the thing, and I don't even think it's got any steering left on it. You see him putting it back down into first, man. Gaiman is like, hey, if it's going to start, if it's on, I'm going to drive it. Right on board here with Princess Banana Hammock. Have to see what happened from this 69's perspective. Oh my gosh, dude. Did you see that shot? That is probably one of the biggest wall hits I've seen at a track like Phoenix. That was huge. Look at the whole front end of Gaiman's car come off the ground, dude. That's like...
I just want to point out, though...
That's like Elliott Sadler Pocono-esque, dude. Like, oh my goodness.
I just want to point out, though, that for a split second, Fitz right here thought, I'm about to make it through this. Because that, I'm telling you, if you just watch right here, it starts opening up and then just closes.
I mean, that's the only place he could have went,
That's
dude.
the only place he could have went.
That's literally the only place. Oh, yeah, and it tore the front end up.
Yeah, it tore the front end up. Oh, unfortunate there.
We should be getting close to going back live here in just a moment, but man, that was insane, dude. You aren't muted, are you? Okay, I didn't know if you were talking to the crowd right there. Like Chris just pointed out to me in the background. 5 laps to go. We're going to be under 5 laps to go when we come back. Man, this is about to be literally a shootout. If you thought William Brown was going crazy a minute ago, this is... Man, this is about to get wild. I think it should be close to it, just a 3-lap shootout, kind of like an overtime restart. We shouldn't get overtime. We should get a natural green-white checkered here, and then if, obviously, we don't have that, we'll go to... Yep, pace lights are off, so we're going to get a green-white checkered right here. Yeah, but, you know, these tires aren't like those old Goodyears, those old bias plies there. Their heat cycle, Chris, are definitely not as fun as they are on, those older tires. So you got to think for William Brown here. He's probably still going to be really loose on corner entry and exit as those tires heat up just a little bit on the start of this run. I think he is going to have to put it all out on the line here going into corner entry. He is going to have to make this pass stick on this restart, or he's not going to have an opportunity. William Brown needs to have the best restart that he can have. And, we said it earlier, but you can't ride it any better, Chris. Look at your first, second, third, and fourth positions right now. All four of your championship drivers, and it's turn two terribles on the inside, Team Sparkler Unicorn on the outside. Pull them belts tight, driver. Get up on that wheel. We are green, 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 green. Kittenbaum Jr., Kevin Click off to a good start, and William Brown already starting the door banging. He's letting them know, I'm coming for you. He wants to win that championship. Lucas Nilge's not off to a great start.
Yeah, Lucas Nilge's falling back a couple of positions. He's got that, whoa, it looks like somebody having to lock up back there. We're going to keep it straight, though. Lucas Nilge's to the inside there, Michael Zuver. Let's see if Kevin Click's going to apply the pressure here to that 9 machine. Kim Baum taking that 2 to go.
And that 25's not going to play Mr. Nice Guy with the 9 anymore.
Whoa, big crossover there.
Oh, and that's going to mess the 25 up. He's going to get up into the wall. He was not expecting that. William Brown, man. What the heck? That's going to bring the 25, though, back like a man on a mission.
That was a big, big drive in there.
Oh, he almost, he just locked up.
Whoa, Lucas Nilge's to the inside.
White flag. Does William Brown have anything left for these guys, Chris? Does Lucas Nilge's have anything left for him? Here he comes to the inside. But you got to think it's going to be Ken Baum Jr., Chris, unless he just makes a fatal error here in turn 3 and 4. Nilge's blocking down the backstretch. These guys are going to it. Oh, my goodness. That's just frustration there, but checkered flag. Drifting out of the corner and across the finish for second, but it's going to be Ken Baum Jr. Those guys are wrecking to the finish, Nilge's and Kevin Click. Oh, my goodness. But let's not take away, Chris, from what an absolute showcase of a race there. Sorry, I had driver chat unmuted right there. Let me mute my driver chat. I can't hear over that. But goodness gracious, man, let's not take away from Ken Baum Jr., Chris. Full throttle back-to-back champion, 2-time. And look at that, William Brown going to come up and give him a little bit of the congratulations right there. Even though the other 2 drivers and that are part of those same teams just absolutely murdered each other on the other side of the track. Those would literally be charges in real life if that happened on a real racetrack. But Ken Baum Jr., man, congratulations, dude. I know he is probably just ecstatic right now. That is what his, let me see right quick. That's his 10th win of the season, so he's going to finish on double-digit wins and back-to-back champion, Chris. You got to think that 2 machine's feeling good right now.
Yeah, but don't hang your head if you're in that non-camp 3 or 25. I mean, come on. You were almost there, so, hey, that means, like I remember William Brown, saying in the chat a couple of weeks ago, I feel like I don't even belong here. It's crazy that I'm even here. I mean, hey, man, don't hang your head at a second-place finish. That's not a bad thing.
Hey, I got to say, man, I don't know what got into William there at the end. That dude was making moves that shouldn't have stuck. And you got to say, Kevin Click had a lot of patience with him. I think way too much. I honestly, and I'm not saying this in a way of like, this is what they should have done. I'm just talking in, this perspective. I think the 25, honestly, if he puts the bumper to the 9 maybe earlier and lets him know that those moves aren't going to stick with me, William doesn't try to make that move, and he possibly has even better of an opportunity. But you see, I think he just let him play the game too much. I mean, Kevin Click is not one of those guys that wants to go out there and wreck people. Obviously, there at the end with him and Lucas Nilge's, that was just frustration coming out. Those guys definitely were fighting hard there at the end. But I think William Brown just shown that, what's the word I'm looking for, that metaphorical dominance as he went across the nose so many times. And I just don't think Kevin Click was expecting it there on that last lap. William Brown was so high up the track, and not sure what monitor setup Kevin Click is on, but if he's on single monitor or like a very, very, very low field of view, you're not going to see that outside lane coming across your nose that fast, that quickly. It happens all so fast that that's why it almost looks like it jump scared Kevin Click. He had to lock up and got really tight. I just think there at the end, man, William Brown just applying so much of it that if Kevin Click maybe just gives him the bumper 1, 2 times, I really think that could have played out a little bit differently for all of them. But I think if anything, Chris, you've really got to give it to Lucas Nilges tonight too, man. I mean, started in that 10th position all the way up in fourth, and he had an opportunity there. Definitely had an opportunity there, but it's just one of those things doesn't go your way all the time. And but for the Team Sparkle Unicorn guys to have two drivers, especially two drivers after we know Chris William Brown has been one of those drivers that's had up and down seasons here these past couple years, and to come back in and put himself up into second place. Don't know too much about Lucas besides this season, but I gotta say, man, to get himself into the final four here with a stacked set of drivers. We were talking about so many drivers: McCarthy, David Smill Jr., Bill Hells, Lynn, Jimmy Barr, Brody Green, Zarfo, Susie, Matthew Fitz, all those drivers we had. And these guys were still able to make their way into it. You got to say, was a great season finale for tonight. And I think, honestly, it couldn't have gotten any better. But it does look like we do have our first and second place finishers here. We're going to go ahead and bring up championship winner Ken Baum. We're going to pick his brain for a second and see what his emotions are going to be like after picking up his second championship and 10th win of the season.
Yeah. I think
Oh,
my biggest problem was in the first run, I was literally up his ass the whole entire run. I think that killed my tires.
Ken, I had just moved you up into the booth, buddy. So I'm sorry about that. But you are here now. And man, you just picked up your 10th win of the season. You've picked up your second championship. Clearly, we were getting a little bit of your conversation there with William Brown. Do apologize about that, man, for cutting you off. But Ken, take us through your emotions, man. I don't even really have much questions for you. I want to hear what you have to say after such a hard fought battle here tonight, man. You guys were going at it, able to get your way back up into the front. Ken, take us through the emotions. Tell us how you feel. Two-time champion, 10th win of the season, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, no, thank you. It was an alright race. I come into the track expecting to do well, seeing as I've won the last three in a row here. And after the first run, it's just I didn't think I had anything for it. Then they were talking about pitch strategy on the in the channel, and it's like I don't think I can one stop this. I was falling off big time, so I just threw it down pit lane and just went with it. And it's like whatever happens, happens at this point.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like it was one of those whatever happens happens. I mean, we saw the pit strategies, everything just kind of get so thrown out the window there with those late race cautions that were kind of uncharacteristic with the green flag runs early. But we saw early that you were applying the pressure to Kevin, and Kevin was holding it very well. We didn't know how he was going to react to that, but once it seemed like he got comfortable up there, did it kind of feel like, okay, this is a race I know I'm settled into now, and it's going to be one of those things that we were kind of not setting yourself into it, but knowing that if you just kept the consistency, it was a good night for you.
And once I knew I could get, once I got the lead, it was just like just run solid laps. Like I don't need to try to worry about passing somebody. I'm not following somebody. I'm not distracted by anything. So I just, I did what I practiced and just tried to run decent lap times to not burn my tires off. Seeing as it might have went green to the end, but obviously that didn't happen.
Yeah, for sure. We know it's definitely a track here, man, that it is not a fun track to even really run sometimes, when you're here. But in the championship setting, I know it's probably, oh my goodness, a stressful evening. But Ken, man, you were able to, like we said, hold off some very, very tough drivers here tonight. You pick up your second championship with this Full Throttle League. I got to say, with the field we had going into the playoffs, well, I didn't know who to expect as we went into the top 16 and then in the 12, 8, round of 4, and now we hear with you as the champion. So I got to say, man, it has definitely been a very, very excellent job by you. 10 wins on the season. We've seen you win at road courses, the big tracks, the small tracks. It seems like you've got a pretty good foundation there in the two machine. And hey, what's your plans going here into the future? And do you think we're going to see maybe a three-peat from Ken Baum next season?
I don't know if you'll see a three-peat, but I'm definitely going to return. The admins do a great job here. There's some things that I would like personally, like longer races and more pit stops in the races, but there's, you can't always get what you want.
Heck yeah, man. Well, hey, Ken, again, congratulations, man, here tonight. We're going to let you get your final words, shout outs, anything before you get out of here. If you've got anything you want to say to the Full Throttle faithful or anybody in general, you're more than welcome to throw them out there. And Ken, congratulations one more time, sir. And yeah, you're more than welcome to throw any words you want to out there.
Yeah, no, thank you. I'd like to big shout out to the T2T boys, stuck with me all season, provided fast cars, and we got it done in the end, and it was fun. It was fun there, racing with my teammate for the championship, and Just happy one of us got it. I would have been happy if he got it, but I'll take it. Um, Jeremy's Arfos Photography, the Turn Two Terribles podcast, all my fans, my girlfriend, baby girl, and my family for supporting me. And let's see if we can get another one next year.
Heck yeah, man. We're excited to see you come back to the league, Ken, and go for number 3. Again, last time tonight, we'll say it. Congratulations, sir. And hey, enjoy the rest of your evening. I know it's going to be probably a really good evening for you now. And hey, enjoy the rest of your week. And hopefully, we'll be seeing you, I want to say February here at Daytona. And we'll start you off hopefully with a win or something.
Yeah, thank you. You guys have a good winter.
Thank you. You as well, kid.
Thank you.
Chris, he might be the first person that's told us to have a good winter at the end of the season. And that just made me smile. It's like I got a Christmas card. All right, we're going to go ahead and bring up William Brown. I will say, I don't think Kip Easley is going to do an interview. I haven't seen anywhere in chat yet. Let me look in general. I don't think I've seen him say anything. He said congrats, but he hasn't said anything about an interview. But he is not in the Discord at all right now. So I would assume we're not getting an interview from him. But I'm going to go ahead and bring up William Brown. And I would assume we could just go ahead and bring in Lucas Nilges if we want to. If Kevin Click's in here, I would say we would bring him in as well. But I don't see him either. So we'll bring in one of our other championship runners just to fill in that Kip Easley, just to have a third interview. But I'm going to go ahead and bring up second place finisher William Brown here from Team Sparkle Unicorn. Hopefully he won't be up somebody's butt here when we bring him in. William Brown, sorry, but he didn't mean to drag you up here right that moment. But hey, again, just want to say, that we are excited to be talking to this non-machine man. No, it was probably not the night that you wanted here at the end, but gotta say, man, just coming into this championship for William, you've done a great job this season, man. And hey, finishing second here tonight at Phoenix, having a really just insane run there at the end. I did not know how you made half of those moves on Kevin Click's stick. We thought you were going to get spun so many times. I was freaking out, but just an absolute, it seemed like you were just possessed out there tonight, man, to get that championship win. Fell a little bit short, but William, you got to think this has been a great season, man. And take us through how tonight worked out for you. And do you think you could have had something just a little bit differently to play a different, or to make the ending come out a little bit different? And hey, how do you feel after tonight and going into this winter break? What do you think you're going to do to tune up that non-machine and get rolling back again next year?
Oh boy, yeah, lots to cover there. So I'll start from the beginning here.
Yeah, sorry about that. I gave you yeah, you're going to have to give me a paragraph here. So.
Hey, extended answers are my forte, so let's see what I got. So starting this race off, Kevin, they take off, man. They were at some point like 5 to 6 seconds ahead on that first run, and at some point I realized, okay, well, they got definitely better short run cars than what I've got. What I'm working with, it can't hold a candle. So let's hope this goes into long runs. Not what we got, but I did notice, about 35 laps in, I started reeling Ken in. And I think about lap 48, I actually passed him before he went for his pit stop. So I thought, okay, hopefully they're running the same kind of set. They're doing the same kind of thing. Maybe, I'll pull Kevin in eventually. Surprisingly, no. Me and him just kind of leveled out on our times. I couldn't really gain time, and if I did, I kind of lost it the next couple of laps, then gained it back, and kind of like a rubber band effect. We just kept sharing time, and I got a good pit stop, got right up on him, and then we had our first caution. And you kind of know the rest. We had some cautions come out relatively frequently there, all the way up to the end, and just those last handful of laps, boy, I tell you. Um, Me and Click, we definitely gave it our all between each other on those last couple of restarts. I know we made some contact. He kind of came up in the turn one, and I don't think it was like him trying to touch me. I think we just were both racing for the same space, and it's for a championship. Winner takes all. It doesn't pay to be second or third. And we both got to pass each other to get to Ken. So we were giving it our all. I'm getting loose on the exit turns and just trying to hold on for dear life. And I couldn't tell you how I made it stick. But hell, just trying to keep up with Ken on that short run, knowing he was fast, it brings back memories of last year where he'd get away and I didn't have enough time to even attempt to reel him back in. So, phew, that's really how this race went to me. congratulations to Ken. Big props and congratulations to Lucas and Kevin as well. I think all the championship 4 finished in the top 4. No, I'm wrong. Kip Beasley snuck in there in 3rd. Kudos to Kip. But hell, for next year, I'm just trying to take a break and maybe get a little more prepped for the next season than I did this time around. Maybe get off to a better start. I'm not sure what I need to do, but try to figure out something.
Hey, I mean, I got to say, it's definitely been one of those seasons, William, where we called you a couple years ago. I can't remember exactly what year, like 2 years ago or whatever. And back then it seemed like you were fast, burned up your equipment all the time, and just kind of you had speed, but just weren't able to put really much together. In this season, I got to say, man, you seem like such an improved driver from over the years, and hell, to come up here in the Final Four, I got to say, it's almost like a win. It seems like for that non-machine, but I think going into next season, you guys will be good. I don't see anything wrong with what you're doing, besides maybe not giving us a heart attack every time you go driving into a corner thinking you're going to get spun off the front end of Kevin Click. I'd say that's
Yeah.
about it. I mean, I want to hear this from your perspective, because I think I said it maybe right. Do you think he gave you a little bit too much respect? Do you think if that was you that was getting cut off like that, you would have might have bumped him or wrecked him?
You mean if it was the other way around?
Yeah. Like if it was the other way around and he was putting those moves that you were putting on, when you'd have been like, oh heck no.
I don't know. That's hard to say because it didn't happen, right? But I feel like, okay, I'll say this. I don't think me and Kevin ever really particularly had respect for each other until maybe a few weeks ago, and we had an incident where I think afterwards we talked it out because we realized it was nobody's fault, and I don't know. I just feel like since then, I think there's just been a little something where I think there's a little more respect for us, so we know we're not trying to wreck each other or anything. I'm not sure if that's how he feels, but
I was gonna say he gave you some respect for sure.
he did, and I gotta give him appreciation for that. If I don't know if it was someone else, if he would have treated them the same way or what. I can tell you, I can't remember if it was the 3rd to last or 2nd to last run, before caution. I was getting real loose coming out of, I guess 3 and 4, and I was like sideways, and he still gave me a bump. He wasn't slowing down just because I was getting loose, but I don't know. It's just hard racing. It's racing for a championship.
For sure. Yeah, definitely didn't think you were doing anything like intentional there, like trying to make him mad. But man, I was thinking if I was in that 25 machine, I'm bumping William. I'm letting him know. Goodness gracious, dude. You're giving me a heart attack. You're giving the commentators a heart attack. Like, goodness. But William, we'll let you wrap it up here, man. If you've got any final words, thoughts, shout outs, anything you want to throw out before we get out of here for the rest of the season, you're more than welcome to throw them out there, and we'll let you get on your way. And hey, get tuned back up and hopefully see you at Daytona fresh and ready.
Yeah, just a couple of closing comments here I want to make, shout outs and just, stuff. I gotta say, this has been a good league this year. I feel like the talent levels have just gone up overall. Ken, he just won his 2nd championship in a row, so I think you can easily put him at the top without a doubt of any driver that's in the league. But just aside from Ken or Kevin or I'm not going to name everybody, but I'm pretty sure they know who they are. There's been even more talent that's came in, and it's gotten more competitive. And I gotta say, it's probably made a lot of us better drivers, and hopefully that's something that comes through for you guys when you're watching us and broadcasting to everybody else that watches. But I just gotta say it's been competitive. And then with that being said, shout out wise, I gotta give a shout out to my team, TSUR, all the drivers that come in. We got a lot. Oh God, I hope I don't forget somebody. But Lucas Nilgis, Nick Cannon, Michael Zuver, got Ryan Sword that comes out every once in a while. We got Matthew Fitz. We got it's been a while, but Michael. Oh God, he's gonna kill me. I can't remember his last name for some reason. Starts with an S. But we got a lot. And then as far as friends that I know, Darren, I know he was watching tonight. Shout out to Darren. Appreciate him. I know Max is watching. Shout out to him as well. I'm not sure who else is tuned in, but if they were watching, thank you. And then last but not least, I'll wrap it up here. Robbie and Fitz for kind of being the admins of our league here and keeping things going and in order, uh, putting it on for us, and getting you guys to broadcast for us. Thank you to you guys for the broadcasting. Yeah, it's good quality. I like rewatching. I like seeing what you guys do for us, and the commentary you give and how you talk to us after. It's very much appreciated and glad to have you. And hopefully we see you again next season.
Yeah, I think we'll be seeing you guys next season. It's been such a fun, Wednesday night. Sometimes I think like, man, I want my Wednesday night, and then I go in there and I see all you guys race. I'm like, all right, I'm glad I haven't given up my Wednesday night again yet. This has been pretty fun. So
Now listen,
I don't like racing anymore sometimes on the platform, but I still love watching.
now listen. I watched that Martinsville broadcast, but no one can blame you guys for. Oh man, this is rough.
Oh,
Those
dude,
cautions were killer.
man, I know. I was like sitting here like, goodness gracious, man. I thought we were gonna go green flag the whole way again.
Hey, the spring Martinsville was the complete opposite.
Oh
If
yeah, it was a great race.
but at any rate, yeah, no, glad to hear that we should probably be seeing you next year.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
glad to have you guys around.
Unless something changes. I think
Right,
it should
right.
be, yeah. But hey, William, again, man, congratulations. Hopefully, like you said, we'll be seeing you in February. And hey, that's all I guess I got to say to you.
All right, thank you very much,
Right.
guys.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Bye.
Goodness gracious, we're gonna have to charge that guy a fee right there, Chris. All right, and we are gonna go ahead and wrap it up here, as that was your second place finisher. Oh goodness, I just closed my live timing on accident instead of my iRacing, so I've lost my finishing order. Do you have the finishing order, Chris? I'm saying, yeah. Okay, Chris is gonna go ahead and call out the finishing order. Sorry about that. Did not mean to close that.
Yeah, as we've got Ken Baum Jr. You saw taking his back-to-back wins, back-to-back championships. So congratulations to that two of Ken Baum. William Brown finishing out strong in that second position, as you heard him. Kip easily sneaking his way in, getting that third place finish. So a good finish there for that up and smoke driver. Lucas Nilge's in fourth. Kevin Click in fifth. As you saw them two battling it out there, right there at the end of the race. You saw them go up the track. But they're going to finish in fourth and fifth. Michael Zuver in sixth. Chad Engel seventh. Chris Lynn eighth. William Hobart in ninth. David Smill 10th. Jonathan Coombs 11th. Brett Strickler 12th. Ryan Sword 13th. Joshua Gaiman 14th. Matthew Fitz 15th. Dakota Coon 16th. Kevin Gibney 17th. And Shane Weldon Sr. Robbie Bice in 18th. And Shane Weldon Sr. round out field in 19th position.
And yeah, that's going to be pretty much it from us here tonight. Chris, do you have any final words, thoughts, anything before we get out of here, before we let the Full Throttle Faithful go? And then I'll have my final words after. Just want to see if you had anything to say before we get them out of here.
Yeah, it's gonna. I normally have a kind of something, drummed up for going into next week's race. Something about the track that we're going to or something like that. But I don't know. It's kind of depressing now. I was sitting there, earlier before the race started, and I was like, all right, this is the last thing of the race, or last race of the season. It's gonna be fun, gonna be fun, gonna be fun. And now that it's over, I'm kind of like, it was fun, but I don't want it to be over. I want another one. Let's do another race. But other than that, it's just one of those things that like you were saying, when we called this league early on, it was a good league, but now this league has definitely got itself fleshed out. It is a very strong, very solid, very good racing league, and that's what I like to see. And like we said to William, unless life is always going to find a way to mess with you. But if life doesn't find a way, then we will definitely 100% be here. Whatever day it is that we can figure out, whatever day, if they change days, doesn't matter, we'll figure it out. But with that being said, this has been a very fun and interesting race. We saw a lot of drivers going, door to door, banging, trying to get up there and battle it out. But again, congratulations to Ken Baum. And, William Brown, Lucas Nilges, Kevin Clegg, all finishing up in the top 5. So it's good to see that our championship drivers were still up there battling for that position. But Josh, just a big shout out to everybody out there on the YouTube, everybody that's watching, all the people that's not watching that'll probably go back and watch it and maybe check it out later. Shout out to y'all, even if in the future shout outs. But anybody that's checking it out, that's what we're here for. We're here to just have fun. You know, here to put on a good show. So hopefully you enjoy it, and we'll be seeing you next year.
Indeed. That's exactly what I was going to say, Chris. Hopefully, we will be seeing you next year. We know it'll be one of those things. It's going to be an absolute blast to be back here if we can. And hey, excited for how this season ended, man. It's insane how good that ending was. I mean, we saw William Brown just putting it on the line. Ken Baum, having to work his way back up a little bit. Lucas Nilges coming out of nowhere there at the end. Kevin Click, that battle between all of them, just absolutely great battle there from our Final Four. Shout out to all the drivers, man, in the league this season. I know we've had so many of them. I would name every single one of them, but I can't remember all that off the top of my head, But just every single driver, every single team, that we've had this season. It's just been so much fun from our point of view. I've had so many leagues that we've called in the past, Chris, before that I dreaded going into the night, and it's one of those things going into the night here. It makes my night better usually once we get done with a full throttle race. So that's what I love about this league. The people here are awesome. The admins are awesome. The racing's awesome. And, the people out in the crowd, we love the support from you guys. We love how you guys come and support your own drivers. If you're a fan of the driver and you come and watch them every week, man, that's awesome. Even if you don't say anything in the chat, we really, really, really appreciate you. Even if you don't sit in the chat, just here watching, we appreciate you, and you're an honest, loyal, great fan to us, and you have all of our support as well in life. But also, I want to say a big shout out to Matthew Fitz, man. He has been a guy that's been up here communicating with us all season, with the Full Throttle League, helping us, as we go in, and Robbie as well. These guys have been really awesome to us. Always great two people to work with, make us feel like we're family to them. So that's what we love about Full Throttle. It's pretty much like a big brotherhood. Even though we got the Thunderdome, we also got the Cuddle Dome. So we might hate each other, but we also love each other here. So it's one of those things. Just love Full Throttle, love what they've done this season, and hopefully we'll be seeing you back in at Daytona. So other than that, I think that's going to be our final sign off. Here from the championship at Phoenix. Once again, congratulations to Ken Baum. Congratulations to Kevin Click, Lucas Nilges, and William Brown. All those guys had a great race here tonight and put on just one hell of a show, a fantastic showing for us. But other than that, I was just going to say good night. Have a rest of your, the rest of your year, Hopefully enjoy it. Happy New Year's, Merry Christmas, whatever else is left to come up, Thanksgiving, all that before we get back to February. And hopefully by that time at Daytona, we'll be in the booth and we'll be seeing you out in the crowd. So once again, thank you from Chris and Josh. Kiwis up here in the booth, signing off for one more final time in 2024 from the Full Throttle booth, saying thank you, so long, and we'll see you in the future.